Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mary with you, also known as Sunny Love. It's a bright new morning, and I want for us to take a few breaths in, holding them deeply, releasing ourselves. Deep breath in, holding deeply, and releasing ourselves. One more breath in, holding joy, releasing happiness. Today I chose for my topic, the strength and vulnerability. When I look back over my life and reflect on my first book, Robbed of a Childhood Raped by the System, I realized that at the time, I didn't know what the world would later call vulnerability. I was simply telling the truth of what I had lived through, being naked before the Lord, knowing He sees all things. I recall speaking at a Department of Corrections conference titled From Shame to Accountability. Brene Brown also spoke at that conference, but I spoke before she did. After I stepped off the stage, someone from the Department of Corrections rushed up to me and said, "Mary, you could have heard a pin drop when you spoke." At another conference at Mankato State University, I was in a room with over 250 people, many of them scholars working toward their degrees. I was told the same thing. You could have heard a pin drop. At that same conference, someone else said to me, "This is the first time I have brought these men to a conference like this, and you did not make them feel victimized all over again. Thank you." You see, when you know what it feels like to be victimized, you're careful in your delivery. At the time, I did not understand the magnitude of what honesty and openness had done in those rooms. I didn't label it vulnerability, though. I didn't fully understand the strength in it. I was simply telling my truth. Recently, I tried to find that Department of Corrections conference online. Brene Brown's work was easy to find. My name is not. And I've come to understand this truth. The world often erases those it does not know how to hold. But erasure does not mean absence. It does not mean we did not matter or you did not matter. We do. Saying this does not bring up vulnerability all the way as some call it. So if it does bring up vulnerability for you, that's okay too. But shame does not rise up as I speak this with you. I'm free. Many study vulnerability. Some teach it. But living it is different than studying it. Wearing it as a garment is truly different. That day I stood on that stage speaking about being trafficked, about shame, and about survival. I was naked in my truth, in my delivery, but I was not broken. I was strong, standing tall in my power. I didn't even know who Brene Brown was at the time. I know now, and I understand something I didn't then. I believe I was asked to speak first to set the emotional tone in the room, to make space for truth to be received. I did that simply by being real. The Lord later revealed this to me. No matter how the world assign roles, the heart will always be uncovered. Some may study us and never know the wound beneath the covering. You can seek to understand vulnerability, but wearing it as a cloth is different. Scripture tells us in Isaiah 54:4, "Fear not, for you will not be ashamed. Be not confounded, for you will not be disgraced." And because of that scripture, I carry no disgrace any longer. The word has always been hidden in my heart. I have been restored through truth. The Lord shepherded me. Even when I did not yet understand what He was doing through my voice, my presence, and my willingness to speak openly and honestly from my core to you. I have felt forsaken by people many years, but never by God. Joel 2:25 reminds us, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." The world may hide our stories, but it cannot hide what the Lord has done. He delivered me. Thank you to everyone who has walked with me these 53 days side by side, and I would say if we were together, it would be hand to hand, circle to circle. I love circling up. But I thank you for those who have subscribed, those who have liked, those who have shared a comment, and those who have just quietly listened. You may never show your presence when you're listening to what I'm sharing, and that's okay too. The Lord knows every one of us who are present, every one of us who are listening, every one of us who are engaged. I am engaged completely with you, and I want to thank Bishop for ordaining me. When he ordained me, he came to me and asked me to go to my pastor and asked him if it was okay for him to ordain me. And I did that. I follow protocol, I call it, guys. And I'm grateful. I thank you for hearing me at Mankato State University. When you told me in that room you heard me preaching, and I said, "No, sir, I was teaching." But what you heard in your heart, I'm grateful. I thank you for being in my life and walking me through this journey. I respect and appreciate your teaching. I am grounded in the Word, solidified in all that I've learned. And yes, some can't hold it because I couldn't hold it either. I remember telling my brother, "Don't pray for me," because I didn't deserve his prayer. I thought to myself at the time, maybe that was a little shame showing up. But as I said, the Lord said He would not maketh thee ashamed. And I thank you for my freedom from my core, because when we speak and we share from a different space and place. And if you call that vulnerable, then that is what I am before you right now. And I am grateful for the time, the spirit that lives in me, and the trust you put into listening to what I have to share. You have a great day. You take care of yourself, knowing you matter. And they may erase us from the paper. They may say things in communities that's not true. But truth sets us free inside. So don't engage at the level that some are trying to call us into doing today. I thank you. Let's take a few breaths together. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Be safe, my friends. Stay home if you can. Do what needs to be done.